Hey folks, welcome back. It's Tuesday. It's drunk pokeroo time. It's beer time. I was hoping to do a video this weekend, and something happened that kind of got in the way of that, and it's a good thing that happened. Friday night, I was hanging out with some friends in the garage, and happened to check on my Instagram, and I got a message from Old Tomorrow. Forgot we had entered a contest, and we won tickets to go to the Scotiabank Centre in Niagara Falls to the Niagara Food and Wine Show. And I was pretty excited. I love to go try new things. Not much of a wine drinker myself. Glad there was craft beer there. But I told Mrs. Pokeroo I would drive. She could enjoy some of her favorite beverages, which is all of the wine. Um, so off we go. Off we go on Saturday. Get off work and we run out to Niagara Falls and we get there, and we are greeted enthusiastically by Caitlin and Ryan from Old Tomorrow Beer. They treated us so wonderfully. Lots of samples of delicious beers, some food. We walked around, spent some money, not too much. It was a really moderately priced event. I mean, Nickelbrook was there, Waterloo Brewing was there. Most of the beer samples were $2, $3 tops. Like you buy your tickets and two or three tickets for everything. The food even was really decently priced, $2-3 for most things. I tried some steak and some pork. I attempted to use chopsticks once again, was unsuccessful. I will master that skill one time. But anyways, I wanted to talk about Old Tomorrow because they're usually another one of those beers that I always have in my fridge. You don't see them on Instagram a lot with me because they only had two beers. So I mean, I'm always into trying new beers, and when I'm doing my reviews, it's obviously I want a new beer. But I usually have one of each of them in the fridge because I enjoy them and I enjoy sharing them with my friends when they come over. If I've only got one-offs in the fridge, I can't be pulling those out and giving those away because then I got to go drive and get more, which is fun, but Mrs. Pokeroo might shoot me if I keep taking her car. Regular Old Tomorrow, Canadian Pale Ale, great beer, really almost close to an English style Pale Ale, which is one of my favorite kinds of beer. Monty's Ride Golden Ale was maybe my favorite. It's tough to choose, but I love the rye notes in that beer, and that's a beer that when I have a guest come over and they sort of like craft beer, but they're not sure, I'll pull one of these two out. Generally the Monty, because we'll split it, and it's got a bit more flavor, a little bit more going on in it. So we like to, I like to share that with them. Plus, then I get to have some too. However, today I didn't want to talk about either of these beers because I talk about them incessantly with my friends. I want to talk about Track 85. So they've released a third beer, and hopefully more in the future because I really do like these guys. God, I love the logo art. I love the profile of the first Prime Minister of Canada, who was known to enjoy a beverage or two. It's a great can. So Track 85 is a lagered ale. I had a few samples of it, but me, I like to get a whole glass and really sip and savor and try all the flavors. Always advocate that, give a beer a chance to warm up a little bit, to release some of that carbonation when you put it in the glass. Again, I won these glasses in a different contest earlier in the year. Enter contests because sometimes you win. That's fun, and you got a cool glass now. I love my glasses. So it's done to honor the driving of the last spike of the Trans-Canadian Railway in 1885. Building a railway across this gigantic country. Say what you will about Sir John A. Macdonald, but he accomplished that feat. Maybe cut some corners, but hey, different times. But they did it, and it united the country. I mean, being able to get from one end of the country to the other is a huge deal, especially in those days. Now, well, we hop in the car and off we go, but it's a lot different back then. So the beer itself, I enjoyed my tastes I had at the Food and Wine Show. But, as I said, Mrs. Pokeroo was, getting her wine on. So I just, sampled little bits. But let's get into this and check it out. That looks like my kind of beer. It really, really does. That totally looks like my kind of beer. Look at that. It's got almost a deep gold color with a nice, 1-2 finger head on top. It's fantastic. Some carbonation still rolling through there. It's got a bit of a fruity, malty kind of smell. Yeah, you know what? Cheers. That is delicious. Perfect. It's bready, biscuity. I'm getting some caramel, toffee, that kind of flavor. Again, leaning more English style, and that's a great, great flavor. The really nice thing about this is that it's only 4.5% ABV. So it's not big and boozy. It's actually perfect for a day like today. It's beautiful out. Yesterday was ridiculous. It was like 26. Today it's only about 16, 17. But I got work to do in the gardens, getting, the grotto set up for the summer. Just taking a break, having a little lunch. This is perfect because it doesn't drag you down. It doesn't push you over the top, and then you're too drunk to do anything. It's very light, very refreshing. There's a hint of bitterness on the back end, and it does have like a malty aftertaste too, but not overpowering at all. It's very nice, a little bit of fruits. It's a delicious beer. I mean, and that's what you want when you're working outside. And it's summertime. Hopefully you're lucky enough, like me, spend as much time as you can outside when you're not at work. Either gardening or just relaxing and reading a book or going for a swim once the pool's up. Perfect kind of beer for that. Any one of these would be perfect. I mean, the CPA is only 4.9%. Even the rye ale is only 5.5%. So not a big attack on booze. And, they're not hoppy beers, so they're great for maybe your friends who aren't so much into craft beer. These are gateway beers, they get you in the door, and then you can go, because that's what they were for me. They started to move along. Even Mrs. Pokeroo, like the Track 85, and she is not a craft beer person, although I will continue to try. So it's out now. It's in your better liquor stores, hopefully all the liquor stores. I have seen it at a couple. Go get some. Give it a try. If you can still get some Monty. I hear supplies are running low, so if you can see one, grab it. Give it a go. And, of course, keep some CPAs in your fridge in case I come over to visit. We can crack a couple cans and sit around and talk about our gardens and not actually have to do anything in them. But I must digress because there is much to do outside to make everything look pretty. I'll see you on Thursday. I'm not quite sure where we're going to go on Thursday, but for now I'm going to enjoy this delicious new Track 85 Lagered Ale. Well, tomorrow, you guys know how to treat a pokeroo. Thank you so much for, giving me the chance to try your beer and to talk about beer. Their booth was hopping, but they always took the time. Caitlin and Ryan took the time to actually, talk to us and some of our other friends that were there from Instagram, and they made you feel like $1,000 bucks. Maybe in Johnny McDonald's time, $1,000 bucks, but made us feel like $1 million bucks. So, anyways, guys, it's so nice outside. I'm gonna go sit on the patio and enjoy the rest of this. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Happy Hump Day tomorrow. Yeah, my first day back at work of 6. Ouch! Thank God I got good beer. Cheers. Delicious and light. Exactly what you want in a gardening day.